Futures trading involves risk and is not suitable for all investors. Content provided in this segment is meant for educational purposes and is not a solicitation to buy or sell commodities.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Grain Feed, brought to you by EverAg. This is your weekly news feed for all things grain and all things feed. Each week we bring you updates on the markets with unique perspectives from an amazing team of analysts with the intention of helping dairy and livestock producers manage their risk. I'm your host, Jim Matthews, reporting from the Chicago office, where we got a brief few minutes of rainfall yesterday. Very exciting stuff for us in Illinois over the past few weeks, and we will get to more of that in a minute. For now, we will have a special feature today that we will get to. Director of Feed Procurement Jake Kingsley is conducting a special interview with members of the Dairy Consortium in Clovis, New Mexico, representing our nation's dairy leaders, our young dairy farmers. We're looking forward to hearing what Jake and those future leaders have to say. But first, Paige, if you would kindly timestamp the broadcast, it is Thursday morning. Markets are trying to anticipate tomorrow's WASDE report. That's the monthly USDA supply and demand report. So we are recording currently on Thursday morning. That will come out Friday morning at 11 o'clock Central Time. So depending on when you are viewing this video, those numbers might have come out already or about to. So just looking at the markets real quick, snapshotting where we are at the moment. December corn had been nicely elevated back up towards 550 to start this week. That, as I referenced, was based on the dryness we've been seeing here across the bulk of the I-states and the heartland of the U.S. It has been considerably dry across Illinois and Indiana, for example. We saw some of those crop conditions on Monday afternoon's NASS crop progress and condition report come out. Not so hot in terms of those conditions for a couple of the I-states. The good to excellent ratings that we watch very closely, not nearly as high as some of the similar weeks in previous years. So we're watching this very closely. If we do not get this much needed rain between now and, let's say, Independence Day, we're going to continue to potentially take some yields off of this corn crop in the U.S. So anticipating that, we've seen futures run up towards 550, but it looks like weather forecasts might have aligned towards slightly wetter next week. I'm not a meteorologist. I'm just pointing out the facts of the forecast for the next week or so, but it's done enough to at least bring December corn futures back towards 525. So we're very much in this choppy, somewhat volatile weather market, even though it is only the first week of June. We usually talk this way once we're past the 4th of July. It's the first week of June, very much trading a weather market. So please be cautious of this volatility and choppy trading that we are seeing. Tomorrow's WASDE report will potentially impact the markets further, depending on any changes the USDA makes. We'll be focusing on any changes to the old crop balance sheet, specifically if we revise U.S. corn exports or ethanol demand to impact ending stocks, which then comes in and impacts the carryover or carry in to the new crop balance sheet. Right now, we're also watching that stubborn little byproduct protein. Soybean meal futures have finally continued to push their way all the way down to 365 on the December contract. We're slightly below as we record at the moment. Again, we've been anticipating or hoping for this longer term pressure from that stubborn little byproduct. We're finally seeing it. And we would note that now is as good a time of ever to step into a potential hedge or purchase on some of your new crop protein needs, since we have not seen December meal futures at this level for quite some time. For this contract, it's been since last July. We look back to the late November, early December EPA decision to release that draft proposal, in which they somewhat altered the incentives to blend biodiesel and renewable diesel and utilizing soybean oil for that blending. After that report, along with Argentine dryness, we saw protein run up very substantially. So to bring us back to where we were before then is a good time to potentially step in to some cash purchases and or hedges at these levels. Enough of me talking to myself. I feel like I'm at home, really, but enough of me speaking to myself. Let's take a look at what Jake has to say during his interview. He's done an awesome job on the road this week in Texas and New Mexico. He and I were on the road last week together in Arizona, so he's all over the place down there in that part of the world. So let's take a look at what he and our future dairy leaders have to say.
Good afternoon. We are here at Dairy Consortium in Clovis, New Mexico. I'm here with a handful of the student participants here for the 2023 class. You guys are in the financial group. Why don't you introduce yourselves, where you're from, and your role on the dairy?
Hi, I'm Kyle Barnes. I'm from upstate New York. I graduated from Virginia Tech with a bachelor's degree in dairy science, and I have a farm that I really take care of the calves, do some herd work, and I'm going to be doing some financial work when I go home.
My name's Travis Pirtle. I'm from Roswell, New Mexico. I work at a dairy farm with my dad, just doing everything I can. I mostly look at the feed part of it.
My name is Brandon Van Burkum. I grew up in Linden, Washington on a 650 cow dairy. I'm currently going to school at Texas Tech for agricultural economics, as well as working on dairy in the Panhandle. I mainly focus currently on the mechanical sides of things, but I'm hoping to move more into a finance and a herdsmanship role in the future.
My name's Dirk DeBoer. I'm from Northeast Texas. We have 2 dairies. We're milking 2,300. My role over there is more keep my dad on his toes and tell him what needs to happen. And I'm currently going to Tarleton. I work at 2 dairies over in Stephenville, and I'm going for ag business and business management.
All right, so we've got the dairy industry a little well represented here, a few different parts of the country, and a few different paths through your educational careers. I guess let's start back over here. What's something you're looking forward to in the future of the industry as you come out of school and get ready to go back to the dairy?
I guess I'm very optimistic about the dairy industry. I think cheese is a really great product that we've been able to provide to the public, and I think it's going to make sure we keep moving in a strong direction. So I guess I just look forward to being able to continue to provide that to everybody.
I'm looking forward towards the automation part of it, where labor where it's at, and if you can find places where a machine or a computer can do the job of a guy, that machine's going to show up every day. It may have problems, but you know it's there, and you won't have to be retraining people every time someone decides to quit.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page as Travis here with that, where technology is one of those areas on the dairy that I think we can continue to see major improvements every year. New things come out that make dairying easier for all of us. And another thing that I'm excited about in the future of the industry is the next generation coming up and bringing some more of this knowledge that maybe playing with futures market a little bit and learning about more of the technical side and getting better in the future.
Yeah, I'm curious about technology as well, but I'm also really curious about how the dairy industry will move as a whole with the western states currently running close to out of water, and what their plan to do is in the future.
All right, thank you guys. I think so. A lot of folks are looking towards the future here. It's good to have the future of the industry well represented. Is there any one thing that you're hoping to learn at Consortium, or maybe you already have learned that you're going to take back home with you?
I really feel that I've learned in the last week how to manage the books for a dairy. So, look at all my input costs, my cost of production, and I think that's extremely important, especially for what I want to do.
This is actually my second year at Consortium because, growing up on a dairy, I just did this stuff and I didn't learn the science behind it. So learning the science behind why I do what I do, and then coming this year to learn more of the management part of it, running the books. My dad has a weekly meeting about the finances, the futures, and so I've sat in on a few of those meetings not knowing what was going on, and so now I can kind of understand why he's making some of those decisions.
Yeah, the one thing that I'm kind of hoping to get out of the consortium is everything. Growing up on a dairy, you do get to see it all, but sometimes you kind of fall into a niche and you learn a lot about one thing, and this has kind of been an opportunity to learn about every area, learn about some of the opportunities that we can find in other spots of the dairy and other things that interest me on the farm as well.
So far we've learned the financial side of the industry, and I'm kind of curious to go home and dive on into the books over there and see what we can do to improve our facilities at home and how we can better manage those.
All right, good answers. There's a lot of new technology coming online in the industry. A lot to look forward to. Sounds like financials are a big thing for the next generation to pick up on. So good luck to you guys, and hopefully we can be of service to you as you grow into your roles here. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Great insights there from Jake and our future dairy leaders. Wonderful to see the enthusiasm and some of the insights from folks from different parts of the country all come together and have a chance to learn about the dairy markets. And a big thanks to them for not only participating in that video, but for hosting Ever Ag and for allowing us to present our take on the dairy and grain and feed markets and how that's impacting those dairy farms in that particular part of the country, but also across the nation. So a huge thanks to everyone who participated. A big thanks to our team for all their work today to produce this episode. Jake, well done, sir, on the road. You'll be taking over my job here as the host soon enough. I can feel it. Thank you for your insights and work. Big thanks to Corey and the Everag Insights crew for their support. And thank you to Paige for her production magic. Speaking of Everag Insights, for June Dairy Month, Everag Insights is offering a free trial to our world-class publication. So please check out the link at the bottom of the screen here for more details. We have an awesome Everag Insights portal live. Please check it out. You can see the grain feed, of course, but you can also, for these publications, view the feed read, a lot of our top-notch dairy commentary and publications. So please stay tuned by checking that out and asking for a free trial to view some of that content. With that, thank you to the viewers for watching the grain feed. Our contact information is also on the screen. We greatly appreciate your feedback. That's all for today. We'll see you next time on the grain feed.